folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to talk about Sorcery, to talk about the delays for Euro, for Gothic, to talk about the last spoilers, and to make it a nice Sorcery Sunday. I've been thinking about how to approach the video for the last like 50 minutes. I'm having a walk here. As you see, yeah, the sun just went away, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. But as you can see outside, had to let some people pass, that's okay. I can cut it out. I was thinking about how to approach the video while having a walk, and I think I'm heading to the studio now and recording what I thought about and what I asked the people. See you there. Yes, folks, I hope you enjoyed the intro from outside. The beautiful Netherlands is something I always cherish. I try to go for a walk at least for 1 hour a day, and I always come back a little bit more relaxed and fresh, and that is good. It's getting a bit cold, but it is becoming winter. Winter is coming. I was really thinking about Sorcery and about my Sorcery Sunday video and about what to talk about today. I really want to talk about the delays. I want to talk about the spoilers. I want to talk about the fact that boxes are in the hands of consumers already in the US, and what that all means, especially for us Europeans, and especially also for European content creators or content creators in general. Also looking back at a little bit at the whole lead up to the launch now, and my personal thoughts. I first want to show you this picture. My daughter is making some, how do you call this? This is a collage, obviously, but she's using this for her art class. She is in the year where she has to do her final exams, and art is one of her classes. And I was very amazed by the fact that she did some classical art reviews and talked about that and interpreted it and so on. But she also included Zelda, which is obvious. I mean, we're a Nintendo family. I've worked for Nintendo. The wife is still working for Nintendo. So that was really nice. But she also had a look through my Sorcery binders. And look at the fact that there is Elvira Shekarova in there, that there is Vincent Pompetti in there, that there is Severine Pinault in there. And she talked about that because she really enjoys the art. That is Sorcery. And that brings me to the fact that this is why we love Sorcery, and this is why we do not bitch about the fact that sometimes things go wrong. And I'm honestly very mild when it comes to Sorcery and criticism. I think we all are. There's almost nobody out there that is speaking their minds kind of freely. And I don't mean that in a negative way. We all want the game to succeed. I've been making videos since the fucking Kickstarter. I think I'm one of, not the first one, definitely not, but one of the first top 5, top 10, not top in the sense of the best, but one of the first 5, one of the first 10 content creators that talked about Sorcery. And I've been doing ever since, for years. And I've been saying things that I didn't like for example, I didn't like the Arthurian Legends pricing. I didn't like the fact that beta was not readily available in Europe. Then I didn't like the fact that it seems to be overprinted. No, there are some things that we should discuss. But I feel in the field of Sorcery, the community is so small and so close that every honest opinion can feel like harsh criticism, although it's not meant to be. And the only one I believe I also personally call too negative sometimes is Lord of Itza, which is really funny because he's one of the few ones honestly speaking his mind and pumping out videos with current news and what he thinks about it and what he thinks what the implementations or the results, the follow-up of these happenings are. And I respect him for that because he doesn't care. and he's still going to the tournaments and being a judge there, and he's still putting a lot of effort in there. And there are a couple of others out there. And I would like to see some content creators a little more honest. It's I think we all do this because we love the game. And the company isn't perfect. They are pretty good. I mean, they make a fantastic game, and they have their hiccups, and they have their problems. I mean, like I said, it's not only the price, it's not only the availability. I'm very concerned about card quality from China. I'm very concerned about booster distribution. I was very disappointed with my opening experience of Arthurian Legends. That's why I didn't buy more. I opened 2 cases of beta. I opened the case of alpha. Alpha was really good, my experience. Beta, my first case, was fucking fantastic. I think I had 4 Philosopher's Stones, one of them foil, a couple of cores, all good. Some, I think 6 unique foils in the whole case. Really nice experience. Although, like 6 or 7, like 4 and 3 were in like 2 boxes, and the rest of the boxes didn't have any. Second case, nothing. And I don't want cores, and but I want a nice, even distribution. So all these things, it's counterfeiting, and I don't know if it's a problem, but I think I'm literally the only one who had a look at the cards under a microscope, trying to identify stuff that help realizing this is a real card. I gave it up because there are 3 beta printings. I haven't even gotten my hand on the second or the third printing, and now I could order the third, but why would I got a full beta set, I might order one just to have a look at the cards, but it's ridiculous because the box is $150. Then I rather order another box of Gothic, of which I do not have any cards yet. So all these things we are very, very mildly criticizing and overseeing. And now when I hear that Gothic is delayed in Europe again, I don't mind the delay, but it's Europe, and it's one region. Or okay, there are a couple of other regions, but for me, I'm based in Europe. I'm based in the Netherlands. I had the same problem with beta. I had the same problem with alpha. The Kickstarter arrived very late here, and beta was almost not available at all. First wave. Second wave, I didn't see any boxes for order. I might have been too late. Third wave, I have not seen anything in the beginning. Everything arrived later than in the US anyways, and now it's the same. So Gothic will be... It's already apparently in the hands of players, and Eric Curiosa has asked not to share spoilers for people who don't want to see anything else than the official spoilers, or don't want to see any spoilers at all. I think that's fair. We're a small community. That's what they said themselves. And I think it's a small but very tight and very good community. But the fact that doesn't matter what I do, I can't open a box without like hundreds probably videos of box openings out there. On camera, because simply I will be late again. And you can say what you want. Yeah, you can still open your box. Of course I can, and I will open it on camera. But it kind of annoys me that it's like in the Netherlands we call it like the mustard after the meal. So it's too late because everybody else is doing it. The hype is gone, and I don't want to be the first one or whatever. But somehow that's not fair, and it's always the same. And hey, I'm annoyed. Fair enough. It is what it is. I'm not annoyed to a level that I'm like, I'm gonna quit this game. Not at all. Why? They are a week late in Europe. Okay, fair enough. Although they kind of like they never confirmed the release date, but I think like December already is kind of very late in the year, because it's very simple. These months are super expensive. We got all the Christmas stuff going on. Everybody's visiting their family. I have to drive abroad. I have to travel. I have to pay for everything. Presents for the kids, presents for the family, presents for good friends, food, drink, extra because you celebrate a little bit around the Christmas time. These kind of things. It's not the month that I have any money left for cardboard actually, and I actually like will get a box or two in the beginning and hope to get some more later because I can't afford anymore. I'm happy if I can afford like one box for now for this month, and then if there's nothing left in January, February, as it looks like at the moment, because from what I've heard from some people, I made a video about that as well. The supply in Europe might be a tricky one again. And that is starting to make it very difficult to enjoy the game. Personally, that's a different story. I was looking forward to Gothic so much that I, on my own budget, own cost, traveled to events like the Sorcery Fest. I traveled to events like the Crossroads event in Germany. I traveled to events like local tournaments, cornerstone tournaments. I was driving around to meet artists. I was hoping to get some info. I was in Essen for the release of Arthurian Legends, all on my own cost. And I got supported a little bit by... Is it support? Because I got a press ticket. I got in early with that press ticket, and I arranged that everything myself because I had some contacts. Nothing was prepared. They were too busy, as always. It's... Yeah, and then you're like reluctant to say because then they don't work with you anymore. I hope they realize that some criticism is okay, and that it's not meant in a way that I want to bash the company or the employees or whatever. I understand how things are going, and if it's too busy, it's too busy, but a little bit of help would be nice sometimes. And the same was with the Sorcery Fest, and the same was with the Crossroads. Nobody, and I remember at Sorcery Fest, like the artists themselves wanted to reveal some art, and I did some art reveals at least, not card reveals. For Gothic, I did one they gave me for Arthurian Legends with Jeff Mangus. That was the one big thing when they had all the previews, and I got that very late, so I'm not even sure if I was on the list, which I think is a shame because I'm super enthusiastic always about sorcery, and I got a core community which is into sorcery because of me. I know that, and that's not arrogant. It's a fact. They told me. I got like not the biggest Discord, but everybody there who is in the sorcery section of my Discord is there because they saw my videos. And of course, there are a lot of other content creators out there that do sorcery content, bigger ones, better ones. It's not. I'm not responsible for any success sorcery yet. Maybe a little bit, but not to the slightest. I don't mean that, but the fact that a little bit of more support, everything I did was like on my own, feels like. And there was that one reveal when I got the info very late. But at the Sorcery Fest, they were like, the artists were texting with Eric's Curiosa to see if they could do something. And then, okay, we can do something. And it was good for Sorcery Fest. And at Crossroads, we did the same. We did the reveal with Matthias Frisk, which was very nice. As we did like a couple of weeks before with Jeff Mangus and with Matthias Frisk as well at Sorcery Fest. So I did a couple of art reveals for Gothic, which is awesome. But then now we get like content we don't get anything for months, right? We have to drive around whole fucking Europe to talk to a couple of artists, hope they are allowed to say something, be enthusiastic, talk to the players. And then now the finally stuff is getting revealed. We get like Team Covenant, we get Collector Art House, we get, of course, my friends from Cardboard Guide, and Louis gets the interview. Fair enough, but still, there is so much that could be done. And yeah, we're planning to do that next year with content creators. Awesome. And everybody's like, okay, let's not say anything, because probably they won't like us anymore then. It's you don't have to be negative to voice constructive criticism. It would have been nice to be included in anything for Sorcery Gothic now that isn't something you like really went out of your way to at least get a little bit of info and make some videos about. Some support would have been nice. I get that some people are regarded like top tier content creators, and some are not, and I might not be, and that's okay. But I still think I'm not entitled to any fucking thing. But I see it's possible, and I see it's done, and you're not included, and then I wonder why. And it's not a personal thing. I think that for some others as well. I think there are a lot of awesome smaller sorcery channels that could have profited and that could have made excellent videos out of a little bit of something of info that would have been given. But everything is so closed and no communication and everything is secretive. And then like, okay, if it fits you, then we all have to jump through hoops to make it happen somehow. Starts to annoy me if there's not even product again I can talk about. Personal thing. It is what it is. Not happy about it. Again, not gonna stop with the game because I enjoy it immensely. Talked to a lot of people over the weekend. There was like a Cornerstone event over the border in Germany again. And some of my Patreons and YouTube channel members and also Discord members went there. 14 people. Sounded like an awesome tournament. Would have loved to go. The wife is traveling currently, so I stay here with the kids, so they're not alone. Otherwise, I would have driven there. And again, like I did that, I think last weekend or the weekend before, when I made the video about the smaller tournament I was lucky enough to win over here in the Netherlands. People do stuff on their own initiative because they love the game. And everything we do often feels like not getting any support or sometimes even having to work against a false sense of security somehow. Like, oh, yeah, be careful about that because, we don't want that revealed. We don't want that said. We don't want... Fucking stop trying to control anything or everything. It's like, let people do their thing. Let people be enthusiastic about the game. Already heard people like over here in Europe, oh, again it's delayed. Fuck. I might just buy singles then because it's very expensive anyways over here. Price for Gothic is okay, I think. I think you can find boxes online for $130, which I think is fair. I haven't watched a lot of Itza video where he talks about the Black Friday offers and people were like, yeah, but Black Friday everything is cheaper. Honestly, if boxes are being dumped already before release, that worries me. Black Friday or not, nobody is fucking dumping anything that is highly valued in the market. But that's a different story for a different video and I don't have enough information about it. I don't want to spread any rumors. This is more a personal thing. 20 minutes. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Folks, let me know in the comments what you think about the whole situation. I know it's okay to talk about things honestly. To talk about how you feel about the game, how you feel about the approach. It's not... And if they can't see through that... If they can't see that I love the game and I'm blacklisted because I'm saying stuff like, oh, it's not cool that... A lot of us didn't get any Gothic reveal spoilers. It's not cool that the game is delayed and it's in the hands of players on the other side of the world. It's not cool that we have a bad distribution within the boxes. It's not cool that every card I grade gets like an 8 or 9 because the quality of the edges is bad. It's not cool that the whole availability is always a problem. Always has been a problem over here in the Europe. It's not, and the game is still fantastic. I still drive to every hundreds and hundreds of kilometers. I pay for hotels. I pay for the gas, which is fucking expensive over here. And it's my fucking thing why I do it. And then I say, yeah, you don't have to do it. No, I don't have to, but I want to because I love the game. But then I think a little bit of support would have been nice. And would be nice in the future. And if they are trying to do that, to do more for content creators, honestly, again, no privilege. Not, you can't expect anything. On the other hand, I think a lot of content creators, especially content creators like Cardboard Guide and also Mike from Collector Art House, who is a bit viewed controversially as well, are essential for the core community. And they recognize that, and that's why these guys get a lot of support sometimes, and not so much on some other times. And I might not be essential, but I think I have a good influence on people when it comes to sorcery, and I had over the years. I think I brought many players to the game. Not only with the videos, but also teaching the game to players, sending out self-made starter decks when there was nothing available because I opened 2 cases of beta. You remember that? I did that stuff. Paid all for all that myself. Don't get anything. And I don't earn anything with that fucking YouTube channel, as you know, because it's not big enough to earn a lot. So everything on your own initiative, and there are so many people. Not only look at sorcerers at the core, or siege at the core. The tournament. They already moved it to accommodate the launch because that had moved, and now they doing their best to get product. It's a whole fucking tournament. They put their whole money in there. A lot of their own money, I mean, and they did a great job bringing over artists last time, and they even like invite content creators like Sophie, and yeah, they are just so enthusiastic, organizing tournaments as one of the first ones over here in Europe. Every week they play a lot of good players coming out of the Belgium area, and it's very close to France, it's very close to Germany, it's very close to the Netherlands, so it will be a nice crowded tournament. But they might not even have Gothic product there. I think that's a shame, because those people are putting so much, and I get that you can't guarantee stuff. And I get they do this on their own initiative, so they are the ones that are fucked. And maybe nobody from EC cares. I would hope they care, because yeah, and they sometimes do support these things. They supported us with like prizes, like a box of Alpha for the Eskenrest tournament, and some promo cards as prizes, which was really nice. Because it was one of the biggest tournaments at the time in Europe, which we did. And I think they should. It would be smart to do so, and they did. And it's smart they support Siege at the Core, and it's smart they support Sorcery Fest. To a little bit, at least. But everything seems so difficult. Everything seems like there's obstacles you first have to get out of the way. It's never easy, or it never feels like mutual somehow. It's weird. Again, folks, 25 minutes in. I love sorcery. Everybody from Eric's Curiosa I met was really nice to me personally. And when I talk to them a little, sometimes, not often, unfortunately, on Discord, they are very nice. There are some things that frustrate me. Doesn't take away from the fact that I love the game, and I honestly think they are nice people that only have the best in mind. But on the other hand, I think we're all sometimes a little bit too positive, because first of all, we want the game to succeed, and second of all, we are a bit holding back our punches. It seems because we're like, oh, it's such a small community, then people might not like me anymore, the company might not like me anymore. There's a difference between talking shit about something or somebody or a company and just having like constructive criticism of things that should be addressed and should be better. And they're still an indie game. Yes. On the other hand, they're doing this for a couple of years now. It's their second expansion, and basically with Alpha, Beta Wave 1, Beta Wave 2, Beta Wave 3, Arthurian Legends, Dragon Lord, basically the 7th time they're printing something, right? Gothic. I would expect, and then we're not even counting the dust rewards. I would expect they've got some things. They got some things figured out by now. My opinion. Let me know in the comments. Would be awesome to hear from the EC guys as well. Would be happy to talk about that, and would be happy to talk about Gothic. But let's see. I don't expect, as it looks now, to get any feedback from that side, because that's not what seems to drive the engine somehow. Stay healthy, folks. Stay frosty. Yeah, next weekend, Sorcery Sunday again. Last weekend before release over here in Europe. I think if it's a week later, normally it would be next week. Then it's the week after. Looking forward to that. Try to get my hand on a box for release. Hope that works out. And then we can open it together. Or I might be opening it with Cardboard Guide. We do that sometimes. That's nice. Would be cool. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. Bye, folks.